But yeah, I wanted to come on here today because I have complaints. And I really feel like the way this country is going, the people are we just are slowly but surely losing our footing on everything. They always talk about it's about us, but it ain't about us. It's about them. And one of the things I want to talk about today, Consumer Cellular. Consumer Cellular, if y'all don't know, is this phone company that boasts to be the best, you know, kind of prepaid or no contract type cell phone company. And while they have a lot of good qualities, there's always a quality in there that in the end comes to bite you in the ass. And so I call myself trying to move on. Well, let me go back a little bit. The original cell phone company I was with was Family Mobile with Walmart. And unlike a lot of people, I don't necessarily need a contract because I don't use my phone that much. I rarely use my phone, if at all. My phone is pretty much just for surfing the internet, getting on social media, you know, making a post here and there, you know, but for the most part, I don't use that phone. That's why I got rid of my house phone, because it was just sitting there collecting dust. It don't make no sense that you can literally see something collecting dust and you paying for it. And I said, well, shut it off.
Cut it off. I'm done. Shut it off.
So I shut off the phone service and then came around to say, okay, I'm going to stick with Family Mobile for a while and see what they do for me. So we stick with Family Mobile, and over a period of time, I was just unhappy with it because of the simple fact is that the service is shitty. Just put it out there. Yeah, you can make a couple of phone calls here and there. You know, the phone quality is all right. But the major issue is that the internet is slow if it works at all. And by the time you get on the pages that you want to, you don't even want to be on there no more. You like, man, I don't even want to. You put your phone back in your purse because you're just that mad because it took that long. And it just didn't make any sense to keep paying these people month after month. And you got a family plan of 3 phones. You're paying the phone and there's really no communication, because you can send a text and they'll get the text, but if they're in certain locations, they don't get the text. And then you have to deal with the quality of the phone call when you're talking to one another. What you said, I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat that again? You know, that. And then what kind of soured me all the way on them is when I was driving out of town, but I was still in supposed to be a coverage area. My phone went to no service and stayed at no service. Mind you, I was trying to use my phone for the maps. I was trying to use it to dictate where I was going. I needed it to navigate. And I almost got lost in the backwoods of Alabama because my phone showed no service in certain areas that was supposed to have service. And that was just the last straw, because I don't need to be driving for my job and I'm going places. And then when I get to that area, I see a no service across the top when it should have service. And I hate getting out of my car in areas unknown, black woman driving alone, and have to go in a gas station, sometimes they're not even open, and ask people, well, where is this and where is that? They could be leading me. Anyway, back to the phone service. So ultimately, I let go of Family Mobile with Walmart because it was trash. And it don't make no sense to be, you know, it didn't matter that they gave us 10 gigs of internet if we never got to use the 10 gigs, because the simple fact is that they would idle the phone or make it seem like we couldn't even use it. Every month we was coming up to like 3-4 gigs of service out of that 10 gigs for each phone, because we could never get on the internet. You weren't doing us a favor. Anyway, so in steps Consumer Cellular. So at the time that we was changing, we knew that we wanted to get some phones because both of my son's phones was just trash. They were just outdated. A lot of them stopped getting the updates on time. I don't know for what reason. I think one of my sons said his phone was an international phone. And you know, when you have an international phone, sometimes, you know, the local carriers, they don't care about you getting the updates or not. But he noticed that his phone would stop updating. So he was like, yeah, ma, I need to get, you know, what's the name? Because certain apps aren't playing anymore. And things are just not active right. So it was time to upgrade your phone. So Consumer Cellular, they allow you to, on credit, to get the phones, and then you pay a certain amount of money per month. And so we did that, plus added the insurance for both of the phones. So my son, he decided to switch over from Samsung to an Apple phone. He updated that to the Apple 8 Plus, I think it is, 8S Plus or whatever. And the other one to the S9, I think it is. But anywho, got the insurance on that. And then we got unlimited calls, unlimited text, 10 gigs of internet or web use amongst us. So we had to share the 10 gigs. So I knew that was going to be a problem because, you know, when you go from 10 gigs a piece to 10 gigs altogether, I knew we was going to have some problems because my sons are some game playing, video watching heathens. And so a couple of days ago, I'm out and about, and I'm going to check my bank account balance because, you know, I probably got 4 coins in that bitch. And I said, before I go spend 2 of them coins, I need to make sure I got all 4 of them coins and ain't nothing pending. So I go to try to get into the thing, and I see no connection. I go into another app, no connection. I go into a web page, nothing. And I'm like, wait a minute, why am I not getting internet? So I call her. So the little girl gets on the phone and tells me, well, y'all have used up your 10 gigs, so you're now down to 3G service, and, you know, things are going to load real slow. I said, well, okay, I don't mind it loading slow, you know, because, you know, when it loads slow, I could be doing other things and then come back to that sumbitch. But what was happening is I was getting nothing. Zero. Now, 3 gigs and no connection is 2 different things. I know they are 2 different things because I remember when 3G was the highest level of internet connection. And I remember being able to get on web pages back when it was 3G. So I tell her, I said, well, ma'am, I understand it's going to slow down. It states on the website that when you use up your internet up to 10 gigs that you signed up for, it's going to slow down to 3G. Because it's supposed to give you unlimited internet. So it slows down to 3G. I'm not able to access nothing. None of my kids can access anything. So I told them, I called them back and I said, look, it's not giving me any connection at all. Nothing. She says, well, you've used, now she's repeating herself, and I can't stand when you stated something, I told you I understand, don't repeat it no fucking more. So she repeats. Well, you've used up all your internet, so it's slowed down to 3G. And I said, well, I understand. And I said, I'll take the 3G if you'll give me the 3G, but at least allow me to get on some web pages. Let me check my mail at least, or a app that doesn't, these bank apps don't do much. It's not a bunch of graphics. It's just text. You might get a small graphic. You can black that out if you want to and just run the text part of the website. But she was like, well, when you use up your 10 gigs, you know, you may or may not be able to get on the internet. And I was like, you know what? That is not what's advertised on this website. On the website said it slows down to 3G. It doesn't say it cuts you off. There's 2 different things. So that's why I am totally disenchanted with this Consumer Cellular, because I'm going to tell you what Consumer Cellular is for. But it really kind of rubbed me the wrong way, the fact that, you know, because I've used up to my 10 gigs and I got 7 more days to go, that, you know, I can't do anything on my phone. It's just nothing, you know. Another thing. So I said, well, okay, well, at least I can text and use my phone, you know, so I can keep in contact. Because that's pretty much all I do is I keep up with my sons, you know, per my phone. So I come to pick up my son for school, pick him up. And then I'm sitting in my room. Now, I pick him up around 4 o'clock. I come home at about 7:30. I get a text from him. We're in the house together. So I'm like, why is he texting me? So I look down and the text says, I'm ready. I'm like, I'm ready. And then I look at the text, and above the text, it says 4:10. Now, mind you, it's 7:30 in the evening. The text says 4:10. So, in other words, not only are you going to take the internet from me and tell me I can't use it at all, mind you, it says that it slows down to 3G, not cuts off at 10 gigs. But you going to delay my texts and also make my call quality trash? Y'all some bullshitters. Mind you, the text and the internet is unlimited. So that party should be rolling left and right off the chain, just spitting them out. So yeah, I have a problem with Consumer Cellular. I'm going to tell you what Consumer Cellular is good for. This is the kind of phone Consumer Cellular is for. This is the kind of phones that Consumer Cellular is good for. Not no iPhones, not no S8s, not no high-end phone. Don't put your XS Max on there. Pay them off or buy them. And then go somewhere else, which I'm going to do as soon as I pay off these two. Just pay off this, this 1100. This 1100. As soon as I pay off this 1100 on these phones, on these two phones, I'm moving. I'm moving on. Because, it's a disgrace. Ain't nobody got time to be sitting up here playing Russian roulette with the internet every month because y'all motherfuckers want to cut people's phone off and make it almost like it don't work, which they'll hear again. They're going to hear again from me tomorrow telling them I don't understand why I'm getting a delayed text. A text from 3 hours ago just now. I don't understand why the next day I'm getting a phone call from somebody saying we didn't get your call. I'm sorry, we didn't get your message, or they call us and they can barely hear us. This is disgusting. These companies get too big to fail and they start chewing each other up. They start, taking over companies and closing them out and then fucking the customer over in the back end. Now, I'm going to tell you what Consumer Cellular can help, because I don't want to be too biased. Consumer Cellular is good if your grandma got a jitterbug phone. And all she need to do is let Life Alert know she needs somebody to come get her because she done fell down and broke her hip. That's what it's good for. Consumer Cellular is good for if you want to go back to this phone right here and you want to send pages. If you want to page your man, that's what it's good for, because it ain't good for no internet. No, let me take that back. When the internet was on, the internet was fast like a mug. I ain't even mad at that, but after your 10 gigs is up, it's a wrap. And so after I pay for this phone, these two phones, Consumer Cellular, you're a wrap. Peace.